Right, this season's Premier League is looking somewhat boring, apparently, with relegation pretty much a certainty for the teams in the relegation zone at this moment in time, and Liverpool running away with a title that no one else wanted to win. But the race for Champions League football, my friends, is hotting up. And I would go as far to say I can't remember a Premier League table in my lifetime going into the final stretch, the last hurrah, the final 10 games that has as many teams in it that are capable of qualifying for Champions League football. So, in today's episode, both myself and the big dog, Mr. Joshua Aveste, are going to speak for that race for Champions League football that obviously includes and centres around our club, our beloved Chelsea Football Club. But we are going to speak about some of the races and riders in this quest for Champions League football. But first off, Josh Aveste, I did a live stream yesterday. Everyone was asking where you were. Everyone's always asking where you are. Do you know, people don't say to me,
streams together.
People don't, what, when you're sat at Stamford Bridge, how does that fucking work, right? People never go to me, oh, Joey, how are you, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, have you done something different with your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, have you had another sunbed? You know, have you grown? They never say that to me. They just go, oh, where's Josh? You know what I mean?
Joey and Josh podcast.
There you go.
That's what it should be called, shouldn't it?
Is it linked anywhere? Or...
Oh, it'll be linked in the description
linked
somewhere.
in the description. There you go. There you go. Now, listen, I've already, I shouldn't read our chats on the live stream, really, should I?
Why?
Well, I don't know, because we say a lot of rude stuff to each other. But I was on the stream and I went, Josh has just texted me saying this is a load of shit. That was at half time.
Yeah, it was.
What do you think? Because me and you had a bit of a, would you call it a disagreement on WhatsApp yesterday?
I would say falling out.
Yeah.
It got quite intense.
It did get quite intense.
Because you were on the live stream, you were with all of these wonderful people.
Yeah.
And I think you were
The
a little
hardcore
bit.
shout out.
I think you were a little bit positive. I think you were looking at it through rose-tinted glasses. In fact, may I say, maybe you weren't watching the game too much. You were looking a little bit too much at the chat.
Yeah. The super chats.
The super chats were coming in, and you weren't watching the game. Oh, mate, it was bad. The first half, I don't know what it is. Like the Copenhagen first half was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the first half of that football match was incredibly like boring. One pace. Do you know what I think the overwhelming thing that we have to say is Enzo Maresca needs to change the tactics slightly.
Yep.
I don't think he needs to rip the tactics up. But what I'm saying is he needs to tweak something because we are so slow and pedestrian. And he comes out after the game and he goes, that's my way of playing football. I'm not going to change. I'm going to continue playing that way. And my message to Enzo Maresca, maybe you do need to change it, my friend, because it was so slow. No attacking pace at all. Didn't really look like we were going to score a goal other than penalties. Fucking dire.
Well, that we'll get back to him because I know. Do you know what? Right? Am I mad to think this? You know how like there's a running joke on the channel that Enzo Maresca watches.
He does.
I honestly think he's. Well, we know, don't we?
We know we're in the changing room of some degree.
In the meeting room, yeah. We can't discuss that though, can we?
We can't.
No. But they know us. They know us.
And what we want to say at this point then is that we love you, Enzo Maresca. You know, we've never questioned you once.
Listen, I actually wasn't really in favour of the first half in general, but what I was saying was when people are going, like, I'm getting like Maresca out in the chat at half time, right? And I'm saying, look, like, we had the same thing against Copenhagen. I said it to everyone at half time. I said, we're going to come out and win this game, and I still back us to win this game probably 2 or 3-0. I was wrong, obviously, right? Yeah. But am I wrong to say that on another day that game could have been 2 or 3-0?
Would you say that, well, yes, the answer is it would have been. But would you say that that's the minimum expectation against a team that is undoubtedly going to go down and get relegated? And they are so poor.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say that 3-4-0 is the minimum expectation against a team that are undoubtedly going to go down and get relegated. I would say that 3 points is the minimum expectation.
Okay.
And you go, oh, look how Chelsea have lowered their standards. Okay. Mourinho's first season away at Selhurst Park, who went down and got relegated. How many goals did we win by in that match?
Tell me.
1. A Didier Drogba header.
Legend.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not being funny. Like, and I could name you so many 1-0 wins or 2-1 wins or boring games
We
or
did
whatever.
used to do that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, 3 points is all I care about at the minute. And if it upsets you, then that's fine. That's fine. Maybe you are a person that chooses, and it is a choice, by the way. It is a choice. I know, like, your emotions, like, you feel what you feel and whatnot, but I choose to try and see the good in things and to try and I'm not going to say I'm going to be oblivious to things. I'm not going to say I'm going to ignore what's in front of me. But if we dominate a game, and let me clarify dominate, because this is the thing that I think got quite a few people annoyed, right? I mean, we limit a team to hardly any chances. They hit the crossbar, but that was off tossing Adebayo's back.
0.1 XG.
0.1 XG. Does that equate to limiting their chances?
Yes.
There you go.
It's
right?
one of the lowest XG games against us in a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
there you go.
It's
There
really
you go. So completely limit their chances. Pretty much had the ball in their final third for the whole game. Have 4 penalty shouts, one of which was given, 3 of which I strongly believe should have been given, and 1 I'm kind of unsure on in terms of the Conor Cody elbow.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I think that's a Conor Cody elbow handball.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, it's an unnatural position. It affects the flight of the ball. It's a penalty.
Would you share my sentiment in terms of seen him given, seen him not given?
Yeah, but also just let's understand what the rule is. Like, is his hand in an unnatural position?
Yeah.
Does it affect the flight of the ball? Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a penalty.
Okay.
The first one was a penalty, by the way. We were there in the ground. That was 100% a penalty.
Mate, Stonewall.
was,
Got
like,
all of the man and none of the ball.
This is the thing, right? Do you know what really annoys me the most about the VAR thing in the stadium is you never know if it's happening. And so we're sat there in the ground. We have no idea whether they're even reviewing it or not. Then there's a message on the big screens that say they reviewed it and it was minimal contact, and he doesn't do that in real time, so we have no idea. Minimal contact. It was a barge in the back.
Can I tell you?
It was awful.
Can I tell you?
It was
one,
worse
right?
than the one that actually got given.
Do you remember when we were growing up?
Yeah.
The unwritten rule was the first one's free.
Yeah.
I like Roy Keane.
You'll get a mistake.
If you're Roy Keane, if you're
Patrick Vieira.
if you're someone of that mould, the first one's on the house. Like, the first one's free. Do it within the first 2-3 minutes, set the tone. Next time out, you're getting a yellow card. Did it not have that feel? Because it was 3 minutes into the game, it almost had that feel of like, is the same thing happens 20 minutes in, they give that a penalty.
Do you know what I'm really annoyed about is I feel like if Cole Palmer had that first penalty, I feel like it would have gone in.
Here's another one.
It's a weird, I don't know why, but I just get that feeling he would have scored it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Here's another one. If we had have got one of the 2 penalties that I think that, one you believe was definitely a penalty, the Conor Cody one. I'm not saying I don't think it was a penalty, but I'm not too Stonewall, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
The Pedro Neto one was a penalty, mate. The Pedro Neto one. I had people going, he's running into no man's land. Mate,
that doesn't matter.
He literally took it. He took it past 2 players, and I'd said this on the stream, I believe, or maybe in my post-match review. You could say that Eden Hazard was running into no man's land when he takes it round. Declan Rice was one of them, and another West Ham player, and then bags it into the bottom corner.
So
Pedro Neto could have been about to pull off a terrific little goal, right? So the question I want to ask you is: had we been awarded one of those other 2 penalty sort of decisions? Would you have picked Cole Palmer to step up and take it?
1,000,000 times.
100%.
1,000,000,000 times.
100%.
Yes.
And then the third question I want to ask you, was it a bad penalty or was it a good save?
Do you know what I hadn't seen too much of, because obviously I was in the ground, is the goalkeeper's positioning. Was he off his line when he saved it? Was he? Because obviously I've seen the replays, but it's not conclusive for me. Was he off his line?
Have you seen the clip from my stream?
I haven't, no.
Oh, that clip's done like 250,000 views.
Oh,
now
wow.
across TikTok.
Was he off the line?
So in the thing, I've gone 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's fucking saved it. and then I'm like sat there, and I've gone, and they've not shown a replay, and like you just have this gut.
You have a
instinct.
feeling.
I went, Saint tells me they need to retake that. I said, he looked well off his line.
This is what I said in the grounds as well.
Yeah.
It was weird. It looked like it was well off the line. And I've seen replays of it since, and he does sort of push off sort of away from the goal.
Well, I sort of saw that, and then I don't know. Like again, I think this sometimes comes down to my mentality. Again, fucking people get annoyed because I always think about boxing, but it's like a boxing thing. Yeah, you get hit with a jab, you don't let it ruin the whole round.
No.
Like you move on. So I immediately, as soon as we had missed the penalty, I was like, right, fuck it, move on, like whatever. Do you know what I mean? I did say about the retake thing, move on, whatever. So I didn't then watch it back. I was asleep by like 9:30 last night, so I didn't watch much of the day.
It looks, for me, of the highlights that I've seen, it does look a little bit dodgy. But I think let's take nothing away from the goalkeeper. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play for Chelsea next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him.
He looks really good.
I still rather Petrovic.
I'd rather have Petrovic, but he might be the backup next season. He looks very solid.
Another goalkeeper, mate.
But mate, he looks solid. And I'm only joking because I know what's going to happen. They're just going to sign more goalkeepers. That's just the way it's going to go. But he looks really good. There were moments in the game where he was so far out of the goal, I couldn't believe it.
Before we move on from goalkeepers, can I just tell you what I wouldn't mind?
Go on.
My ideal scenario is Petrovic comes back.
I know that.
Yeah, you know that.
The fans know that.
The fans know that. The hardcore know that. But if they're going, no, we're not having Petrovic, yeah, then I'm going, look, Jorgensen, Sanchez, I'm not really like massive on either of them. I'm higher on Jorgensen than I am Sanchez, although we give him a little bit of credit. He had a half decent performance.
He didn't have to do anything, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm not having this. Why is he even in the net to start off with? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
It was a bad take for me. But if we're not going to have Petrovic, for me, Kelleher.
Yeah, you've always liked Kelleher. I remember you saying it at the start of last season.
Well, I see him in like a cup game last season.
Yeah.
Was it last season?
Yeah, it was.
Did we play him in the cup last season?
Yes.
Yeah.
The final.
Yeah. So
we watched it on a live stream together.
We did. Not that he played in that game, but I'd seen him that season and I was like, oi, this boy for Liverpool, he's a fucking good keeper.
He is.
And he's in a position where he's going to need first team football. He's never getting in ahead of Alisson, is he?
No.
So
they are, well, and also they've just signed new goalkeeper Mamashvili.
Have they signed Mamashvili?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
They've signed Mamashvili.
I didn't know
gutting.
That. I didn't know that.
That was the goalkeeper that you wanted.
Mamashvili is the like if you know like if someone says to me, like I'm one of the hardcore, I'll say you proper hardcore, are you?
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh yeah.
And then they'll just say goalkeeper.
I'll go. What goalkeeper did Josh want us to sign? and then
over and over again.
And then they'll pass their beard to their friend, look me in the eye, and go, Mamashvili.
Yeah, that's the secret code word.
And I'll say, who's my favourite Chelsea player growing up? And they'll go, Heidegger Johnson.
That's a true knowledge.
Yeah.
That's a true test of knowledge.
That's true hardcore.
That's true hardcore. We are going to sign a goalkeeper in the summer.
Yeah, I hope so. But just quickly,
I don't. By the way,
finally, because we're going to get onto the race for Champions League football, and I want to speed through things because a few people get a bit, they don't like the chatter on as much, but I fucking love it. And I'm here with one of my best friends in the world. I enjoy spending time with him, so you will listen, okay, to everything I've got to say. No,
drop
subscribe account.
Well, yeah, please do help us with the subscribe account, by the way. If you're watching right now,
definitely subscribe. I came away from the game and I looked at it and I thought, right, what is the most important thing? Would I have rather we scored 4 goals but got beat 5-4? You know what I mean? Showed a load of attacking prowess.
Yeah.
Got every penalty, whatever. Or would I have rather completely limited them to chances, nullified pretty much everything they did, put in a solid defensive performance. Caicedo come away without a booking was a big one for me. And oh my God, that touch Caicedo took.
Caicedo is so good. Caicedo's tackling, bearing in mind
I think I came.
He's surely got to be your favourite player at Chelsea now,
Caicedo.
He's got to have overtaken Trev.
Oh yeah, he's my favourite. Yeah.
More than Cucurella. Don't say it. There were. Can we just say so far we've been very negative, but I think there were so many positives from this game overall.
We haven't been negative. I've been fucking being positive.
No, but as in like we've started off very negative about the game.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I want to say is there were a lot of positives in this match.
Yeah.
Like let's go through them very quickly. Wesley Fofana being back.
Wesley Fofana being back, Wesley Fofana being at right back
Right
at
back.
times, or right-sided centre-back, Wesley Fofana not putting a foot wrong, Wesley
New
Fofana
haircut.
looking very good, new haircut, against his ex-side. There you go.
Getting booed constantly, still performing incredibly well, bringing the ball out from the back.
Yeah.
Expert dribbling.
You know,
by
people
way.
in the live streams
Expert.
keep going to me, why does Cucurella just get booed by everyone? And I'm like, it's just kind of what you do.
It's jealousy
Yeah.
because he's so fucking good. Did you know that
Looking.
he is our third highest goal contributions in the team right now?
He scores them all. Headers, no problem. Diving header, no problem. Long range effort,
No problem.
Do you know what I mean?
He's so good, Cucurella.
I think he after he assisted that one to Reece the other day, I think he was happy to get the assist, but he thought, I can do that.
He can bag him in from anywhere he wants.
Can I break your heart a little bit?
Come.
He did have a slight deflection.
I don't give a fuck about deflection. Shut your dirty little mouth. Unbelievable performance from him. So, by the way, clean sheet, amazing. Great to see him back. I thought the defensive unit was really good. And almost now, I'd like to see that for the rest of the season, almost.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to see Gusto or Reece James come in some degree.
I was happy to find out that Reece James just missed through illness.
Yeah. Shame, though, isn't it? To miss another game.
Yeah.
Would he have played?
He wouldn't have started, no.
No. But he might have come on.
I think that he might start with Lavia against Copenhagen.
Someone's
But
read
then
my
we
team sheet.
We are going to make a Copenhagen preview, so make sure you're locked in for that one. But yeah, coming away from from yesterday's game, I understand there was a bit of negativity and whatnot. Well, I acknowledge is the word I should say. I don't really understand it. I understand it in terms of like whatnot, like, you know, okay, we're not. I'll give you seeing as I've been quite positive, I'll give you a negative, right? We do not look anywhere near as ruthless on the counter attack and as quick to transition as we did earlier on in the season.
Killer. It's so slow. Every time we get the ball in their half, it was always coming back.
Yeah,
that was the thing. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest now. There were boos at halftime, and I think rightly so. I might have contributed to the boos because I think
when I go to Stamford Bridge, there's boos.
There's loads of boos, left, right, and
there's
centre.
Boos before the match.
Singers,
there's boos at half time.
There was a geezer in the East Lower that I heard.
Oh, you're on about
boos.
Like booing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
there was a geezer in the East
There's
Lower.
always boos at half time, mate. It's boos during the match.
There was plenty of boos at half
Do you know? I've got something. You know, all the stewards like kind of like volunteer and sign up for whatever, right?
They get paid very little.
Should I say this? I shouldn't say this, should I?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, all the stewards now know me at the game. I walk into the game, so now I just take my beer up with me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not cool. You're not allowed to do that.
Is it not?
But no one will say anything.
No
one's going to dob you in.
No
one's going to dob you in.
Yeah.
What? Tom Bowley's going to come down and go, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you shouldn't fucking take your booze on the pitch. Yeah. Although I would like that because I'd make more money.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But
you want to see the sort of like, you want like an American, like 8-pack of beers, like lined up on a tray. You want to do that, don't you? Take that into
They
the
can
ground.
do that in
I know,
America.
they can do that in any other European nation. You can do it.
Spurs? When you go Spurs, for obviously all the big, like the big.
Sorry, 1 second. When you go to.
When you go to the big events at Spurs, like obviously not.
There's not a lot of big events at Spurs, really, unless it's Beyonce concerts.
Beyonce, yeah, that's it. So yeah, when you go watch Beyonce, you can drink in the stands.
Yeah, well, fuck that. Football's ruined,
There
isn't
you
it?
go. So I think lots of positives to come away from yesterday's game. However, we are going to speak about the race for top 4. Or is it 5? Just quickly, Josh Aveste. Coefficient.
It's very quick answer.
Coefficient update.
Coefficient man. Get it branded up here.
Yeah.
The coefficient is in very simple terms, is the way they rank nations. Effectively, England and Spain at the highest rank they possibly could in terms of the coefficient, and we are very far above
from a football standpoint.
Yeah,
not just how we rank nations in general.
Just generally that's how they rank. We're the best
but
one, and Spain are behind.
If you were going to rank any nation, what would you put top?
Definitely not England.
Yeah, me neither.
Lanzarote,
great at the minute.
Tenerife,
fucking
Spain.
H-Starmer.
They're part of Spain, aren't they? Lanzarote, Tenerife,
Canary Islands.
Yeah.
There
you go. So Spain would be number 1 for you then.
Yeah, because I love the Canary Islands.
Do you know what's coming up? Which I'm very interested to know if you're.
I'd rank Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a cold the other day.
No, you go Holland. You go Holland. Holland, then Colombia.
I don't know.
Then Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah. On ranking nations, did you know what's coming up in May?
What?
Ranking of nations on certain performances. Interested to know if you watch this. Anyone watching at home. Eurovision.
Is it?
Yeah, Eurovision is coming up. We've got a threesome representing England this
Who?
time round.
Who?
3 girls. Fuck knows what they're called.
Is there
They're
a cup?
country. They're a country.
Is there a cup?
No, there's not.
So
There's 3 of them.
Wait.
There's 3 of them.
3 girls, no cup.
Yeah, 3 girls, no cup.
Wait, was it 2 girls once?
Yeah, it
or
was
3
2.
girls?
That's why I don't know where the reaction was coming from.
Let me-
So
just for research purposes.
Yeah.
To jog my
don't
memory.
Google that. Whatever you do
Later
at
on,
home,
2 girls, 1
don't Google it.
can't.
Don't Google it at home.
I'll do a bit of research and stuff later on.
Do you watch Eurovision?
Nah.
Oh,
nah,
it's
nah.
a
But
good
I
laugh.
remember when Peter Andre and Katie Price did it, A Whole New World. A whole new world.
Can you explain this to me? How are Australia in Eurovision?
How are Australia in Eurovision?
Yeah.
Inclusivity?
Right, should we talk about the Champions League places? Basically, long and short of it is that England are going to have 5 places. It's almost guaranteed we will have 5 places. So in our estimations now, we're going to be looking at top 5, not top 4.
Okay, sweet. I like the sounds of that because that means Chelsea are nailed on, in my opinion.
The only
But-
thing that you do need to consider is if a certain Manchester United or Spurs do well in a certain secondary competition.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, isn't it?
And there's a chance of that. Yeah.
I mean, well, there's not.
There's not that big a chance.
Spurs won't, but I'm
No,
thinking,
but Man United won't.
Um,
I think
no,
there's
no,
more
no,
likely
even-
that Spurs win it.
Are you serious?
If I was a betting man, I'm happy to take a bet with you right now. There is a bigger likelihood that Spurs win Europa League than Man United.
Really? You think that?
Yeah.
Why?
They've got a better team.
You think it's more likely that Postecoglou gets his hands on the Europa League than Ruben Amorim?
This season, yeah.
Well, do you want to bet?
Come on.
All right. Well, what do you want to do on it?
Are Spurs definitely still in it?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Just confirming this.
Steak dinner?
Are they definitely still in it?
Yes, they're in it.
Well then, yeah, steak dinner, easy.
Steak dinner?
Yeah, come.
Good man. Nice. Shook on that. What I didn't tell you is Spurs are 1-0 down to AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah,
on
but I don't worry
aggregate,
about
and
that.
Man United are drawing. So
Yeah, but that
already,
doesn't. I'm not worried about
I've
that.
got the peppercorn
No, I'm not
sauce
worried
brewing
about that.
already,
You
my
don't.
friend.
I'm not worried
Yeah?
about that. Mate, Spurs have got a way better team coming back. They've got all their injuries coming back. They're fine.
Do you want to win the bet?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
So you want Spurs
Mate,
to win?
have you seen? Yeah, I do. Yeah.
See,
I do.
would you class yourself as a Spurs fan then?
Mate, who do you hate more these days, Man United or Spurs? I wouldn't be that upset because Spurs have not won anything. Give them a chance. Let them win something.
Don't really care. You know what it's like with Man United and Spurs? It's a bit like, when you see that girl that dumped you in high school, but she's just wheeling around like 17 kids now, and she's fat and she's pregnant, but she's still smoking a fag. And you just think like, yeah, that don't feel that heartbreak anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like that, isn't it?
It is.
Speaking of Man United and Spurs, neither of them two are in the race for Champions League football unless they win that competition. So can we distinguish quickly who have we got in the race for Champions League football? I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Go on.
You okay with that? I'm going to put it out there. This is, right, realistically, I'm counting, obviously, like, Chelsea has been in it. We're in 4th at the minute. League was to finish today, then we're in it, right? Possibly. So Man City finishing in 5th. But if I'm counting Newcastle on 44 points as being in it, by the way, Chelsea at this moment in time, 49 points, Man City 47, they're in 5th, right? That's the 5 spots. If I'm counting all the way down to Newcastle in 9th, 44 points, right? Is it harsh that I then discredit Fulham on 42 points?
No, because you've got to draw a line somewhere, and Fulham are quite far away from everyone else.
I think that's fair. You've got to draw a line somewhere.
Like at the end of the day, they are 7 points off 4th.
Fulham, it never surprises me when they go and get a good result.
Yeah.
And I really rate them for the means they have, for the money they spend and whatnot. But I couldn't picture Fulham putting... this might sound really offensive. Let me give context. I couldn't picture Fulham putting 3 wins on the bounce together and one of them wins being against like a big boy. As in like 3 wins on the bounce and like in one of those games, like beating like an Arsenal or a Liverpool or even a City or something like that. However, the team directly above them, Newcastle, it wouldn't shock me for Newcastle to put 3 wins on the bounce together and in that 3-game run of beating a big boy. However, Newcastle do have this cup final coming up.
They are also a game. They're a game less. Obviously, they're playing Monday night football against West Ham. So
they could have moved up by the time people are watching this. Because I'm going to get this up today. So this could all change. Just quickly though, from a perspective, now we love the Geordies, and we've got a fair Geordie contingent that watch us. Is that word?
Yeah, contingent Geordie club.
We've got a Geordie crew. We've got a Geordie crew that watch us. Yeah,
big up the Geordies.
Big up Geordies. We love them.
We are going to be supporting them on Sunday.
Best Geordie, barring Brian.
Barring Brian.
Barring Brian.
A barring Brian. He hasn't got a bar inside him.
No. Barring True Geordie.
Yeah. Who's my favourite one of all time?
Who's your favourite Geordie of all time?
I'd have to go 2.
Go on.
Anton Deck.
Is it really?
Go on. Who would you say? Cheryl Cole. You've always been a big fan of Cheryl, to be fair.
Best Geordie. Still pretty say Gaza.
Oh, fuck it. Gaza or Gaz?
Gaz.
Because I'd go Gaz, actually.
No, I'd go Gaza, probably.
Okay, you've always loved Gaza.
Yeah.
You've always loved him.
Yeah.
Big fan of him?
Might be moving to Newcastle.
When you met him? Yeah, you are. You are. When you met him, was he a nice chap?
Who, Gaza?
Yeah.
Legend.
Can I just say, can I make a heartfelt plea now? And I know that you could probably make this happen, but one of my dream podcasts of all time for the Jerry and Josh channel is to get Gaz on the show.
Gaz from Geordie Shore?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know him. I could get Aaron.
Let's get both of them. Let's get all of them. I'd love to chat to them about some of this stuff. I think when they go on the podcast, people ask them really boring stuff. And I just want to know about how many girls they shagged and all of the stuff behind the scenes that went on that we didn't even see.
And do you still have any images or videos? I don't
know.
Like,
exactly.
For research
Do you know what I watched
purposes.
the other day? I watched that Magaluf episode. Not the Magaluf, sorry. The Cancun episode where Gaz has the threesome. And he does it 2 nights in a row.
Ledge.
What? And those Australians, they fucking loved it. They came back for more.
Shagger.
So, right, I'm going to say that there are 9 teams total in the race, and that includes Liverpool. So let's say there's 8 teams that are vying for 4 places.
Okay. Well, are you including Liverpool and Arsenal in that?
So Liverpool are obviously going to be in the Champions League places. Yes. Arsenal, yes, are obviously going to be in the places. I think there is a chance that they do drop down, but I'm putting them in second. Are you putting them in second?
Yeah, but just like as like
default second.
What's it called when you put your car on
neutral?
No,
standby.
No, like when the car drives itself.
Autonomous cars.
Autopilot.
Okay.
They're just going second in autopilot, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one else wants it.
We need to challenge them because can I just say, if we beat Arsenal, it's on.
Fuck me, it's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on. Right, but yes, sorry. So Liverpool and Arsenal top 2.
Can I just say...
Right, people, I just want to quickly take this opportunity to tell you about new partners of the channel, Squawker. When you're in the YouTube industry like I am, there is a certain type of service that you could very much do with having on your side, and that is the service that stops you making blunders. And when I'm preparing for some of my videos, I use the website Squawker to use the player comparison matrix, and that helps me get a better understanding of comparing the players that I'm talking about. For example, a lot of you guys know that for every Chelsea game, I put out my preferred starting lineup, and I do look into the underlying numbers of the players I'm picking and the players that I'm comparing, and that's where Squawker comes in. They offer the best player comparison matrix on the internet. The website is so efficient and so easy that even I can use it. For example, when I'm picking from Chelsea's 30 to 40 odd wingers that we've got at the club, I can very easily jump onto Squawker and see how their stats compare. But you don't need to be a YouTuber to need to use Squawker. You could use it for your bets when you're betting on first goal scorer and things like that. It could give you a better indication. Or you could just use it to look like a genius down the pub, and we all like to do that, don't we? So thank you very much to Squawka for not only helping me prepare for my videos, but also partnering up with the channel. So help support me by supporting the guys that support the channel in Squawka. They are linked in the description for this video. Let's get back into it.
After game week 28 last season, Villa were on 55 points. That's 6 points better off than we are right now. Villa, by the way, were 4th. This is why it's relevant.
Yeah.
However, come the end of the season, there was a 14-point gap between 3rd and 4th. Yeah. Whereas this season,
It's
the
gonna
gap,
be
the
quite
gap,
tight, isn't it?
the gap between 3rd and 4th is 2 points.
Yeah.
Obviously, 3rd being Nottingham Forest, 4th being Chelsea, and the final day of the season,
Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea.
Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea.
Shall we go from lowest to highest? I think that would be the most exciting way of doing
Should we
this.
go?
Come on.
No, should we go?
Should we go
Yeah,
to the game?
yeah,
The Forest game?
yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be there, but yeah.
No, you're not.
Is it away?
It's away. I went Forest away last season.
No, because I wonder if we're going to do that and it means something, I'd like to live stream it instead.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Although I have been to the world famous City ground.
Yep.
And it's a very good ground.
Yeah, I
have you
loved it.
seen that they've got new corporate facilities that are built out of shipping containers?
I went there and sat in a corporate facility.
Were you in
when
the
I went
shipping
there.
container?
No.
They've got some new ones that they've just built,
Okay.
made out of shipping containers.
Nice.
Weird.
Nice.
I'd like to say my 9th place. Can I give you my 9th place?
Are you actually now going to list yours out how you think the table ends?
Not only am I going to do it, I'm going to tell you how many points they're going to finish on.
Fuck me. Go on then. Let's
ready
go
for it?
for it. Yeah.
I've gone through game by game and I predicted how many wins that each of these teams will get for the rest of the season.
Okay.
And I think...
Wait. Sorry, I know I keep interrupting you, but this is a good time
Go
for
on.
me to say that I have said, and there's a clip that's gone out off my socials today, I've said 10 games to go. I said if we win 5 of them, I am sure that we will get Champions League football.
I've predicted that Chelsea will win for the rest of the season.
I could tell you.
I almost don't want to tell you because I think it might implicate the results.
I could tell you what I've predicted.
Okay,
And-
how many
and-
games
and-
do you
no,
think
no.
Chelsea win?
I'm predicting between now and the end of the season 5 wins and 2 draws.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been way more pessimistic than you.
Yep, I know. Can I tell you what you've done?
Come.
You have gone for 4 wins, and I reckon you've gone for 1 draw. However, I don't want to know the answer right now.
No.
I want you to.
You're very wrong.
Okay.
Right, so 9th place, I've got Brighton on 56 points. I don't think they will get many points at all. I think they will get, how many points have I said? 9 points. I reckon they'll get 2 wins, 3 draws, and 4 losses against Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Spurs.
Yep.
So I don't think Brighton will get a lot of points. Do you agree with that?
Couldn't care less about Brighton.
I don't think they're in the race.
No.
I don't actually. So next team, do you agree with 9th? You don't really care.
Don't really
8th,
care. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth on 58 points. I think they will also struggle. Let me just pull this up here. Where are Bournemouth? I think they'll get 14 points. I reckon they'll get 1, 2, 3 wins and 5 draws and 2 losses.
Okay.
Bournemouth. Then I've got...
Wait, hold on. What position are we on now? 7th.
I've got, Bournemouth in 8th
Bournemouth in 8th, right? Okay.
on 58 points.
So should we both say our 7th now?
7th,
I'll
on-
go first.
I'm going to say how many points beforehand. Also on 58 points. So this will be a goal difference.
Better goal difference.
Yeah. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Wait. Let me have a little think about this. Let me have a little think about this.
Come on, this is actually easy, this one.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Just say it.
Okay, you ready?
3,
2,
2,
1,
1.
Newcastle.
Villa, way off.
Do you know why? Because they're going to win the cup and it's
No.
enough for them.
No, that's so wrong. If you look at the fixtures, and we'll talk about Newcastle later on, their fixtures are very good.
You
Villa,
know how I speak about like speaking things into existence?
Yeah.
You know, me and you have both we've been telling Brian constantly, you're going to win the cup.
Yeah.
You're going to win the cup.
they are going to win the
You're
cup.
going to win the cup.
Yeah.
And we're doing
I
that
back it.
because we want to speak it into existence.
No, I think they will actually win it.
Okay, yeah. So do I. Maybe. I think I'm trying to more speak it into existence.
I think
1,
they'll win.
because I want it for Brian.
Yeah.
2, because I want it for the Geordies, because I do love the Geordies.
Me too.
I only want them to lose when they play us. Every other team, I like Newcastle. I want them to win.
Yeah.
But for very selfish reasons, for Chelsea reasons, I believe that with the bits of patchiness that Newcastle have showed this season, and I know I'm a fine one to talk because, we've been patchy. But I believe with those bits of patchiness, I think that if they win that cup, first bit of silverware in everyone that will be in attendance at the ground, probably lifetime for Newcastle, yeah. I believe if they win that, I think that they'll somewhat take their eye off the ball a little bit. They have got injuries piling up and whatnot. And I think that's why I would put Newcastle there instead of you going with Villa there. Now, I understand why you're going with Villa there because Villa have, let's face it, they've already gone deep, haven't they, into the Champions League come this point?
They have, yeah. And let's be fair, though. They've got a good squad, Villa.
Just quickly, I don't know if you've got it in front of you.
Yep.
They come through the second leg, which I expect that they're going to against, I think it's Bruges they played, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so,
I
yeah.
think it was Bruges. They come through that second leg. Do you know who they've got in the next round?
Let me pull this up.
If you don't know,
Quarterfinal.
we can come back to it.
Let's find out what the number of the quarterfinal is.
But what I would say, just while Josh is finding that out, I think Villa have been terrific in the Champions League so far this season. However, I do think that it's hindered their Premier League form. And it's really funny because when they were in the, was it the Europa or the Conference League, whatever one they were in, I thought that it would hinder their Premier League form, Thursdays, Sundays, whatnot, and they got a top four finish. However, I think that playing Champions League football has hindered their consistency in the Premier League. I expect them to go deeper in it than they are at the minute. Who would be their
don't quote me on this because I'm looking at Forza Football, which is a very good score app. They are apparently drawn against the winner of Paris Saint-Germain versus Liverpool.
Over 2 legs?
They're losing that one.
They're losing to Liverpool, unfortunately.
They're losing to PSG, even if PSG go through as well.
Wouldn't be so sure. Wouldn't be so sure.
No, they'd lose. So
no, wouldn't be so sure.
So the reason why I've got Villa in this place is I think they're only going to get 13 points. I think they're going to beat Brighton. I think they're going to beat Southampton. I think they're going to beat, listen to this, City. And I think they're going to draw against people like Fulham, Bournemouth, United, and Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
So
just so we can get through this one quickly,
Yep.
It just basically means that we've switched in it. I know you've not got Newcastle no higher than 6th. So I've got I've got
no Villa higher than 6th. Newcastle are higher, but yeah. You haven't got Villa in your top 6.
I just said as 7th that I've got Newcastle.
Sorry, you have got Villa in your top 6. You haven't got Newcastle. Got it.
Yeah.
I've got Newcastle in my top 6.
That's what I'm saying. So we're just switching.
That's fine.
Who we've got.
Right,
So
6th
now-
place.
Yeah, go on.
6th place is going to be a tight one. 5th and 6th is going to be incredibly tight. In fact, 5th and 6th might be on the same amount of points.
Right.
I think that 6th place will be Manchester City.
You think they're finishing 6th?
I think that Manchester City are going to finish in 6th. And let me tell you why. I think they will get 15 points for the rest of the season. I think they will win against Leicester, Palace, Southampton only. There will be the 3 wins that they get. I think they will draw against Brighton, United away.
Mate, hold on. You fuck this.
Why?
6th you've just said was...
6th for City.
Mate, read out your 9th down again now.
So, Brighton are in 9th, Bournemouth are in 8th, Villa are in 7th, and City are in 6th. I'm not... Newcastle... Mate, hey, this is the thing. I've not made a mistake. Listen to what I'm going to say. Newcastle are not in 6th.
Okay.
Right. So, back to City. They are going to draw against Brighton, United away, Everton away. They're going to draw against Wolves because Wolves are better than you think. And they're going to draw against Bournemouth and Fulham the last day of the season.
Okay.
So, would you like to have a guess at who I've put in 5th?
Yeah. You've always been a bit more pessimistic than me, Josh. And you're optimistic that the coefficient goes our way. I think you've put us in 5th.
Chelsea are going to finish on exactly the same amount of points as Manchester City. They're going to finish on 62 points.
You're a disgrace.
Which means that we will be reliant on goal difference. And looking at the goal difference right now, Joey, how is it looking for Chelsea versus Manchester City? Do you know the answer?
2 goals better.
We're 2 goals better. So we've got to pray to God that we keep scoring a lot of goals, because that is going to be a big problem. Would you like me to tell you who?
Hold on. How many points have you got us finishing on?
62.
I've got us finishing on 66.
So, why don't we spend a bit more time on the Chelsea ones then?
Yeah.
I think we're going to, and feel free to.
By the way, if
here.
we're going to do this, let me just give you my 5th place.
Go on then.
Right. So my 5th place, I am going for. I'm going for. Oh, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for Manchester City in 5th.
Okay, so who was your 6th?
My 6th, I already said, was Villa.
Villa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for Manchester City in 5th. Yeah, that pretty much explains itself. So now
we do the
let's
Chelsea
talk
one, then?
about Chelsea. You've got us finishing in 5th. I'm not going to reveal yet where I've got Chelsea finishing.
Okay, so I think we're only going to get 13 points. I think we lose to Arsenal. I think we draw at Spurs. I think we beat Brentford and Ipswich. I think we draw to Fulham and Everton. And then I think we lose to Liverpool and Newcastle. And then I think we beat Man United, second last game of the season. And I think the final day of the season, I think we draw against Forest, which means, yeah, we're only winning 3 games in the next 10.
You're off your nut. Right, read me them fixtures. I'll tell you.
Arsenal.
Win, lose, draws. Is that's next?
That's
weekend,
away
right?
at 1:30 on the Sunday.
Okay, Arsenal. You ready?
Yep.
Draw.
Okay, keep tally on your fingers how many points you get. Then Spurs.
Win.
Okay, so that's 4 points. Brentford. I'll do the maths actually. Go on. Brentford.
Yeah, you're better at the maths.
Brentford.
Win.
Okay, so that's 7 points. Ipswich.
Win.
That's 10 points. Fulham.
Win.
Yeah, there's no way that's happening. 13. There's no way we're doing that.
No, we are doing that.
There's no way we're doing that.
We are
Everton,
doing that.
13. Everton. 13.
Have you added that up with a win?
Yes, 13.
Okay, right.
Everton.
Win.
Right.
No. No.
Come on.
Actually, it's at Stamford Bridge.
Everton at home, 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday.
Yeah, win.
Okay, that's 16 points. Liverpool,
Lose.
16 points. Newcastle away at 3 o'clock on the Saturday. It will probably be moved.
Draw.
Okay, 17 points. Man United at home.
Win.
So that is, I just said 17. That is 20 points. Forest away.
Do you know what, mate? Maybe lose.
Okay, so 20
because I think it's already secured by then.
I think so too. So 20, that would mean that we end up with 69 points, not 67. So you've been even more
I've always loved
optimistic.
the 69.
You have always loved the 69. I think that's incredibly optimistic based on our form at the moment.
Yeah, so all I would say is, going back on it, I said originally that I thought we were going to end
67.
on 67.
Yeah.
I've gone to 69. That
Just 'cause
means
it's your
that
favourite
really,
Yeah.
I need to change a win into a draw. And if I was going to do that, I would change. And I do want to do this, by the way. So can I change one?
Of course you can.
Draw the Everton game.
Yeah, I mean, that's very optimistic against the David Moyes team to come out with a win, I think, on that one.
Fuck off, Josh.
Like, Everton are getting good results against good people.
Come on.
The fact that you've said, how many wins did you say in that? There's 20 points. You said a lot of wins.
I said
out of the next 10
I said
games.
about 6 wins.
Right. So, shall we move on to 4th place then?
No, hold on. I didn't say 6 wins. I said 5 wins, 2 draws, 3
Yeah.
losses.
You said 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah, 2 draws,
5.
3 losses.
15.17.
Yeah.
It kind
That's
of
what I worked
it
out.
doesn't quite work out, but yeah, okay, cool. Right. 4th place.
4th place. Well, I don't know, because I've not done the maths, and now you've done the maths. But I have it.
Yeah, go on.
I'll just give you my table, mate. As
Go on
it
then.
stands.
Go then.
I've got Chelsea finishing 4th. I've got Nottingham Forest finishing 3rd.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why.
That's mad, isn't it?
Can I just tell you, right? Chelsea, we've just read out their fixtures. They've got some hard fixtures, right?
Yeah.
Can I just tell you now, bearing in mind they're coming off the back of beating Man City.
Who are you about to read out?
Drawing against Arsenal, Nottingham Forest.
Okay, yeah.
Who I've got finishing. I've just told you, lot. I think Chelsea finished fourth. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Now,
that means Forest is the only other team in your list.
the only other team on my list is Nottingham Forest. Now, let me just read you out the Nottingham Forest running. Nottingham Forest, right? Bearing in mind, in their last few games, like draw with Arsenal, beaten Manchester City. So, Nottingham Forest face Ipswich.
Yeah. Away. That's a win.
You'd expect them to win.
Yeah.
I think this is a definite win.
Against Man United.
8 o'clock kickoff
Yeah.
against Man United at
Yeah.
home. That's a win
That's
for
a win.
Forest. Yeah.
Villa away.
Villa away, it could be a draw.
I said a draw in that
or
game.
a loss.
I said
or
a draw in that game. I reckon that they're a better team than Villa.
loss.
Everton.
Wait, hold on.
is
What
the
is
next
the
one.
5th of April? Because it could be
Saturday at 5:30.
5:30. I reckon that's coming off the back of a. I'll call that a draw. I reckon that's coming off the back of a
I said a draw.
European game.
I think a draw.
I think a draw. Everton, a draw.
Everton at home, I've said a draw, yeah.
A draw.
Spurs away, I've said a loss.
Win. I'll go win.
I've said I reckon Spurs will get a victory there. in
Okay.
that game.
Brentford.
That's a Monday night as well.
Okay.
Brentford at home, I've said a win.
Win.
Palace away.
Win.
Okay. I've also said a win. Leicester at home, I've said a guaranteed win.
Guaranteed win.
West Ham, I've said a draw. Away at West Ham, second last game of the season.
I'd go. It would be West Ham's last home game of the season.
I reckon West Ham do it there. Pot dog's not bad.
Nah. Forest win.
Okay. As soon as I said the pot dog, you knew they were going to win. And then obviously you've said in the last game of the season a draw against Chelsea.
I actually said that it wouldn't surprise me if Forest won
There you go.
against us on the last game of the
Me
season
either.
because I think it's kind of wrapped up by that point.
So they're guaranteed then, pretty much guaranteed that. I mean, you're giving them. I mean, I've given them 19 points, and I think I was slightly more pessimistic than you were. So they're going to get 70 plus points in your heads.
Yeah.
Which would absolutely guarantee them. I mean, if they got 72 or 73, if you've been a bit more optimistic than me, they'd only be 3 points behind what I've said Arsenal get. I reckon Arsenal finish on 76 points.
Yeah.
And I've only got Arsenal losing one game, which is against Everton.
Yeah.
I've been very bullish on Everton. Don't know why. But-
So
So,
I can't find my Premier League predictions here, but I'm trying to find because I got a horrible feeling that I thought that Nottingham Forest were going to go down at the start of the season. So to say
that would be so bad.
To say that
Yeah.
Nottingham
Forest finished third.
mate,
So, can I clarify on my table? I've got the following: Brighton in 9th, Bournemouth in 8th, Villa in 7th, City and Chelsea battling it out for 5th place, both on 62 points. But I've said that Chelsea just nick it, probably because I'm a Chelsea fan. Then I've put Newcastle in 4th with 67 points. I reckon they will be very far clear of us, 5 points clear. Then I've got Forest on 70 and Arsenal on 76.
just to make things interesting for the end of the video, big up the hardcore that have stuck around for the whole thing. We love you very, very much. Just to make things interesting for the end of the video, do you want me to tell you where I had Nottingham Forest
Can I guess?
finishing? Go on.
16th.
I had Nottingham Forest finishing in 16th.
Brilliant.
I had
Brilliant.
Ipswich surviving, finishing 17th.
Did you have Wolves go down?
Oh, mate.
Who did you have go down? Wolves. Palace.
So obviously I had Southampton rock bottom
Yeah,
and Leicester
Leicester.
second bottom.
Oh, no.
18th. Who have I got in 18th?
Is it Palace? Is it Wolves?
Is so much worse.
Who is it?
Is so bad.
I can't even think of a team. Everton.
We've just spoken about them, mate.
Forest.
No,
No, because Forest in 16th.
Bournemouth.
Oh, that is awful. That's a bad one, isn't it? That's a rick.
bad.
Why?
That is
What was your
bad.
rationale behind that?
Don't know. As you get up the table, it gets a little bit better. Like, you know, Fulham 12th, they could finish around there. Brighton 11th. I know it's a no-brainer. West Ham, I went too high. I put them 9th this season off the recruitment. Aston Villa 8th, which is where I kind of
I
we
rate
feel they're
that.
going to
That's
finish
a good
around
one.
there.
Yeah.
That's a bad one. Man United, I had in 7th. That's
Yeah,
fucking well
fair,
bad.
but fair enough. That's where they should be finishing.
My top 5 that I had predicted was Newcastle 5th, Chelsea 4th, Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 2nd, and City to win the league again.
That sounded at the start of the season like it was relatively realistic. Let's be honest.
I've had a lot of fun recording this video.
Me too.
We're going to get it straight up so that we don't have any delay in getting it out there. Head over to Joey and Josh, linked in the description. We dropped a true crime episode yesterday. I've been getting everyone telling me in my live streams that they love the true crime stuff, and I've seen the comment section already really, really positive in favour of the true crime stuff. So they'll be buzzing to know we've got even more of it.
Yeah, if you like this one, if you like the Lucy Letby video, which obviously all the hardcore have already watched if you're this far into the video, the next video is about, say it, Jay.
Madeleine McCann. And it focuses in on the parents. People, we will see you all in the next one.